told the AFP news agency it's a total and complete victory. Iranian state media portraying the agreement as President Trump accepting Iran's conditions. The war has claimed more than 5,000 lives, according to governments and human rights groups.
As Fox's Jonathan Savage, well, as Vice President Vance referenced, Israel is also agreeing to this 2-week pause on attacking Iran. However, Israel says that's not the case for Lebanon, disputing what Iran and Pakistan claim. The Israeli military has been hitting Hezbollah there, an Iran-backed militant group, with airstrikes and also using ground forces. Now, the ceasefire is lifting stocks around the world as futures surge on Wall Street. Markets are up 2 to 3, 4% in Europe, even more overnight in Japan. Oil prices are plunging 16%. WTI back under $95 a barrel. A Republican win in Georgia. Clay Fuller, endorsed by President Trump, won a special runoff election to replace Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who resigned after falling out with the president.
I think it's incredibly important to make sure that we're fighting for the president's agenda.
Fuller beat Democrat Sean Harris by about 12 points. In Wisconsin, a victory for a liberal, Chris Taylor. You want to see it in the state Supreme Court, beating a conservative judge. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The conflict isn't slowing down, and neither are these. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis on this Wednesday morning, 36 degrees, warming up to 67. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Indiana's gas average is $4.13 this morning, about 15 cents higher than where it was when you woke up yesterday, and 3 cents below the national average at $4.16, says AAA. U.S. Rep. Andre Carson is calling out President Trump's threats toward Iran, calling them reckless and irresponsible.
He has not shown where there has been an imminent threat toward the American people at home or abroad. He has not shown that there is an imminent threat related to our national security facilities. Now is the time to pivot, and he has refused to do so.
Senator Todd Young said Tuesday that he disagrees with Carson and believes the president is on the right track and is trying to apply maximum leverage. For the second time in 3 weeks, Indiana State Prison in Michigan sent an inmate to a hospital after he was severely burned in his cell. The Indiana Department of Correction said the latest fire broke out Tuesday at 2 in the D cell house, and the inmate who was burned had to be taken to an Indianapolis hospital on a helicopter. A teenager was shot last night in Martinsville.
Police say the shooting happened around 5:30 p.m. Medics found the teen shot and transported him to an Indianapolis area hospital where he is being treated.
That's Wish TV's Katz Sandoval.
Martinsville police gives this warning to parents.
We just encourage them to know where their kids are, know where they are, know what they're doing, who their friends are, and who they're hanging out with is a really huge thing.
And no arrests have been made. Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle said last night that he'll miss the next 2 games to attend his daughter's spring formal. The Pacers hold the second worst record in the league after losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves last night by 20 points. They're 4-22 in their last 26 games, and they will compete for the top pick in the NBA draft. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together next on a Wednesday morning. It's 6:04.
This is Sammy Terry. There are 2 things guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Death can be painful, but paying your taxes doesn't have to be, with a little extra cash in your pocket from Indiana Unclaimed. Yes, George, you're right. George the Spider reminds us that Indiana Unclaimed returns over $1 million every single week, and there are hundreds of millions of dollars just waiting to be claimed by the rightful owner. Text Sammy to 46220 to find out if you or your loved ones have unclaimed funds. Claim yours today. Text Sammy to 46220 now.
Paid for by the Office of the Indiana Attorney General.
All right, Southsiders looking good except for northbound 65. That is already slowing down Raymond Street into the south split. It is a construction zone. And if you're still heading out of town, maybe from the Final Four over the weekend, westbound 70, no problems. Out to Indianapolis International Airport. 9-minute trip right now from Meridian Street out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. Traffic sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal where you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. That's Straight Talk Wireless on Verizon's 5G network. Find it exclusively at Walmart and straighttalk.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist and personally responsible for ending the war in Iran.
Oh, well.
Hold on, wait.
Man,
this just in. It's not actually over. I'm sorry. I cannot give you the credit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I can give you some warmer temperatures today, so there's something I can take the win for. It should be a good day today. Excellent. It is a little chilly this morning, though, so hang in there. It gets better by late morning. We're mostly sunny, and we're back to above average temperatures today. Should be beautiful. Today's high, 67. Tonight, partly cloudy. We are not nearly as cold. Should be fairly comfortable overnight. A low down to 53. Warm-up continues tomorrow, partly cloudy. Maybe a spotty afternoon shower, but most should be dry. 76 for your high. Better rain chance Friday as early as lunchtime and then heading into the afternoon. Still mild, a high of 69. Weekend, not bad. Partly cloudy, a high of 69. Sunday, sunny and very warm, a high around 80.
A high around 80.
80, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. Can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
What is it like now having to be the guy who holds down the whole fort for Wish TV as they took our beloved Tara Hastings, moved her over in the big deal to WRTV, and now I am learning dead to us.
That's true. Well, I mean, when you're big time like her, like,
right.
You know, and I just have to apologize that you get the.
Do you feel that not being put over at RTV was just the greatest relief in the world because you didn't have to actually pack up your desk?
Yes, actually. I'm at the point now that I don't want to move things. I don't want to mess with my routine.
Right.
I just want to, yell at clouds and, old guy stuff,
Oh, you're doing great with it, by the way.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
It's like you've been waiting for this moment your whole life.
This is it. Yeah, I've been working for this for a long time. Yeah. Yep.
Well done.
Doing
great.
Sir.
Doing great. Now, for some people, this may come as a shock, but this is actually a true story. In the move, the Wish TV purchasing WRTV, Tara Hastings is now part of the morning show over there. We have texted, we have talked about this.
Yep.
And yeah. Yeah. So I think today we might say our goodbyes to the great Tara Hastings with just some of her greatest hits.
Lickety split. I know you got a whole soundboard of them. Yep.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. By the way, you're terrific. Don't ever think I don't think the world of you, man. I'm just telling you right now. I was not consulted. I'll just leave it at that. Leave it at that. So seemingly were some people at WRTV, but I am not going to touch that with all the 10-foot poles. Oh, God, no. And I'm not going to put Marcus Bailey on the spot there. Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. Remember this moment. I protect you the best I can. Marcus, thank you. 35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:09. That is a true story, by the way. They moved her over. And no more of this.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Don't ask me. Don't worry, it gets stranger than that. I'll leave it there. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. President Trump putting out to the world a big day for world peace. Iran wants it to happen. They've had enough. Likewise, so has everyone else. The United States of America will be helping with the traffic buildup in the Strait of Hormuz. There'll be lots of positive action. Big money will be made. Iran can start the reconstruction process. We'll be loading up with supplies of all kinds and just hanging around in order to make sure that everything goes well. I feel confident that it will. Just like we are experiencing in the U.S., this could be the golden age of the Middle East. President Donald J. Trump. Gotta love the enthusiasm. However, I have larger scale issues with this alleged peace deal. The alleged peace deal, the statement put out by the president, says that based on a conversation with the Prime Minister and Field Marshal of Pakistan, they would like us to hold off on destructive force. And he continued in a statement, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. So it was all supposed to be about 8 p.m. 8 p.m. never came. I will share with you what it is that has been put out here, where the upside is, where the issues are, and for the sake of clarity, there are issues. Then there are the issues that are held by our friends on the political left who want to scream taco. Trump was going to end civilization, and then when he didn't, they said he chickened out. These people need a cold compress, and they need to lay down. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. What's going on, everybody? 93 WIBC. Good morning. You do not have to live with the pain. That pain in your feet, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've got this pain, and this pain stinks to high heaven. It's because you don't have the proper balance. You can make that happen with the Good Feet store. So easy to get started because you walk in and you talk to them and you say, my feet are bothering me. And it bothers my knees and my hips and my lower back. And they're like, yeah, we've seen this before. Then they'll talk to you about their 3-step design process, their 3-step system, the strengtheners, the maintainers, the relaxers, how you can give your arches. There are 4 arches in your foot, by the way. There are 4 arches in your foot, and how you can give them all proper support. So you've got proper balance. So you've got proper alignment. And it does. It feels weird at first. It feels weird at first. And then you're like, my gosh, this is fantastic. No obligation, totally free. Walk in the door and say, Tony Katz sent me. I want somebody to take a look at this. I'm tired of living in the pain. And have yourself the free fitting, the free test walk, no appointment needed. Walk in the door or hobble in, whatever's going on with you right now. But you'll walk out, and that's the difference. The Good Feet store, 2 Indy area locations, Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off of 65. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
This is Gary Dick. Another Central Indiana data center project moving forward at 6:32. Brought to you by the proud members of the Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
Hey, if you're nearing retirement, you're between a rock and a hard place right now. Your choice is either severe stock market volatility or interest on a CD that can't even keep up with inflation. So what's the answer? A fixed index annuity can give you principal protection and the opportunity for growth with Bill Demery, your retirement guy right here in Indy.
For example, right now you can get an upfront 20% bonus on your money, an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years, and it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Learn more from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. If you've saved more than $200,000, call Bill Demery right now. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120, or go to yourretirementguy.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going down?
Hey, good morning, Tony. Looking at northbound 465 on the northeast side, wide open right now.
East 56th Street up to I-69 and northbound 65 a little bit slow. Raymond Street into the south split. It is construction as they add another lane to I-65 on the south side. That's going to be going on at least until the end of the year and probably then some. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:15.
Spring means flowers blooming, warmer weather, and for some people, nonstop allergy symptoms. But pollen isn't the only culprit. Sometimes the air inside your home can be affected by what's happening underneath it, especially in a wet crawl space. As temperatures rise, water and moisture trapped in your crawl space leads to mold growth underneath your home. And those mold spores don't just stay down there. They circulate into the living space above. Homeowners should be on the lookout for these symptoms: a musty smell that won't go away, and high indoor humidity or increased allergy symptoms. Indiana Foundation Service has the solution. They seal the crawl space to stop moisture from getting in, creating a dry, controlled space underneath your home. If allergy season feels worse inside your home than outside, it might be worth checking what's going on underneath your house. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com and breathe a little easier this spring. Indiana Foundation Service. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers. 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.jewelry.
No matter what scrap metal you've got, it's all good with Solgood Industries. They buy copper and other metals. The best price for your scrap. It's all good with Solgood. 317-929-1111.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
So the statement from President Trump on the latest with Iran. There were no hits last night. There were the hits earlier yesterday on Karg Island, Kharg. That's where the oil flows through. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Softening it up for a possible ground invasion. Ground invasion. We would take the USS Tripoli and the Tripoli Amphibious Ready Group, park, take the island. I don't think it'll be that easy, but it might have been easier than we thought. But that didn't happen. No further bombing of power facilities or infrastructure took place. The Iranians protected themselves, of course, by taking people, children and women, and surrounding these areas, because that's who they are. But the president put out the statement yesterday. The statement read that, and I quote, based on conversations with Prime Minister Sharif and Field Marshal Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. The president continued, this will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to between the United States and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. On behalf of the United States of America, as president and also representing the countries in the Middle East, it is an honor to have this long-term problem come to close to resolution. Thank you for your attention to this matter, as always, President Donald J. Trump. You read that, and you say to yourself, he did it. I read that, and I say to myself, who in the world would believe it? This is not to say that I don't want it. Is it what I want in toto? No. Not at all, not even close. I want the regime gone, finished. Not an ounce of regime left in Iran. This says I don't get what I want. Well, you guys knew I wasn't going to get that anyway. I said I'm not going to get what I want. But this starts with a base that I find untenable. And that base is trusting the Iranians. First, I have no idea with whom we're negotiating. I don't know who this person is or this group is. I don't know their connections to the IRGC. I don't know if there's a level of internal conflict there where the IRGC, if they knew who was negotiating, would take that person out. There is no rational basis for trusting them at all in any way. Secondly, I think that this is interesting because it takes NATO and European nations off the hook regarding the opening of the strait. They gathered their coalition and they went to the UN and said, can we use defensive measures in the strait? And they did nothing. So now you wonder whether they were involved in placing pressure on Iran to say, listen, we don't want to pay for any of this. Let these people pay for it. Oh, there is a NATO story here that is not going to go away. Dog with bone. This is a thing. And a serious one at that. Then there was the use of the words, the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, I follow a lot of Trump's stuff, as we all do, and I do it for the job. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it didn't hit me in other posts or phrasings. When does he use the phrase Islamic Republic of Iran? That is to put out there a signal that they get to be them as is. I find that outrageously problematic. Now, do I care if the Iranians sent a 10-point proposal? No, doesn't mean anything to me. Could Donald Trump be a guy who says, you know what, take this and scratch that and do that and change this around? You know what, they can have a cookie over here. They wanted a cookie on point 6. Tell them they can have the cookie. But everything else would change. That absolutely could have happened. Absolutely. Of course, the Iranians are making it say, we told the Americans our conditions for their surrender, and they agreed. Right? You know what they're going to do. For 2 weeks, after 10 days, after 5 days, after 2 days, I don't mind that there was no hit last night. I don't like the idea that this is going to give Iran a chance to reconstitute. Now, you say to me, Tony, you're being too negative. You're not giving Trump his due. You got to trust the guy. I'd rather have Trump in the room than Kamala Harris or Joe Biden any day of the week. Trump in the chair rather than Pete Buttigieg or Gavin Newsom. Let's go down the whole list. I'm saying that we already know that China did have a hand in this, allegedly, and I think it is more than alleged, putting pressure on Iran and reaching out to Pakistan as part of this possible deal because they're not getting their oil flowing and they're a thirsty country. But China has other designs, and keeping America occupied with cost, financial, possibly otherwise, fits their methods, mission, and motivation. There is no question that when I hear reports of China and missiles and the possibility of replenishing this for Iran, I say 10,000% possible. Now, how are they going to get through? When you find that when you find where it's come from, when you're able to track some caravan on the east side of Iran, when you're able to track some boats that are carrying these weapons, what is our plan then? And why would we risk it? And why would we think it's just China? Why would we not think it's Russia as well? We have to keep our eyes on a lot of things. The key to finishing an enemy is finishing them. I didn't have to go to the war college to figure that one out. The key to finishing the enemy is finishing them. I wonder what would have happened if we had listened to Patton and had taken a look at the Russians and said, you know what? You were really helpful with taking out the Nazis, but you're a problem. I understand who Donald Trump is, and I think you do too. And this kind of statement and these kinds of actions are exactly who he is. No, I don't like what I'm seeing. But I knew I wasn't going to like it. And I'm willing to be proven wrong. Let's hope this actually does work. But I think the odds of this being a long-standing ceasefire and peace, I'll put the odds at 2%, guys. Not because of me, but because of who the Iranian regime is. Matt Barrett's got traffic on the fives. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony. Northbound 6570 slow from Raymond Street up to Washington Street. And we have a delay of 2 minutes there because of construction. If you're coming in from Hancock County, say Greenfield, westbound 70 looking fantastic as far as our speed goes. 12 minutes from State Road 92, 465 on the east side. And yes, you have that I-70 construction in the midst. Please be safe in that. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, not to stress you out, but a recent study says the average American needs about $1.5 million saved to retire comfortably. How you doing? My name is Casey. Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Roll the windows down, turn the music up, and cruise into spring with auto loan rates as low as 3.99% APR for 48 months at Financial Center. Whether you're buying or refinancing, you'll save every month. Plus, you'll enjoy no payments for your first 90 days. Start now at fcfcu.com/auto. That's fcfcu.com/auto. Financial Center, your credit union for what's next. Subject to underwriting guidelines. See website for terms and conditions.
Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Look around. Spring is here. And no matter what you're planning or planting, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Spring forward in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle and buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. Shop over 2,000 vehicles online at drivehubler.com or any of Hubler's 13 locations. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and a free Carfax history report. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Zero down delivers. So spring forward with Hubler. Hubler's got you covered. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Cover me. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hammer and Nigel Show, back at it this afternoon. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. What happened with Trump last night? Tony Kennett, he'll join us. Let's have some laughs starting at 3.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A ceasefire with the caveat. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis right now, 36 degrees, warming up to near 70. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 6:30. The U.S. and Iran have agreed to a 2-week pause in fighting just before a key deadline.
An hour and a half before the deadline, the president posted to Truth Social, subject to the Islamic Republic agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. Iran's foreign minister released his statement. If attacks against Iran are halted, our powerful armed forces will cease their defensive operations. Now, minutes after the ceasefire was posted, a missile flew at Israel and was intercepted over Jerusalem. At least 7 more missiles flew at Israel from the north to the south.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv. With that ceasefire in place, Trump is set to meet with the Secretary General of NATO today at the White House. Clay Fuller, a Republican from Georgia, will keep the seat left open by former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. He beat Democrat Sean Harris. Bill Gates is set to meet with the House Oversight Committee on June 10th about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. He's one of the several people, including Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who have agreed to interviews with the panel. The crew of 4 aboard Artemis 2 shared a call with astronauts on the International Space Station Tuesday as they make their way back to Earth following their trip past the moon. Fox's Jonathan Seri is at Johnson Space Center in Houston.
This afternoon, Artemis 2 left the lunar sphere of influence, meaning that once again, Earth's gravity is having a stronger impact on the Orion spacecraft than the moon. The 4 astronauts have been sending back dramatic images they captured during their pass behind the far side of the moon, which temporarily blocked their ability to contact Earth. The astronauts captured beautiful images of a distant Earth setting behind a giant moon in the foreground. They also viewed a sunset, followed by a total solar eclipse that lasted about 53 minutes. A few hours after reestablishing contact with Earth, President Trump called to invite the astronauts to the Oval Office when they get back.
And the Orion spacecraft will splash down near San Diego Friday evening around 5. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 2.5 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. The Shelbyville Common Council has approved multiple resolutions related to a proposed $2 billion data center complex. California-based industrial developer Prologis hopes to build the sprawling 11-building operation on 429 acres for an unidentified tenant. The agreement calls for the company to spend at least $2 billion for real property and personal property improvements and create 25 jobs for every data center building that is constructed. The board of directors of Warsaw-based Hollywood has announced that founder and CEO Doug Rassi will retire from his role as CEO after more than 25 years leading the company. The board has appointed longtime Hollywood CFO Brady Mahler as the company's next CEO.
We see this company growing into a preeminent outdoor lifestyle brand in the U.S. and also globally.
The Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association is rebranding to Hospitality Indiana. CEO Patrick Tam says the rebrand is designed to represent the full scope of the different types of businesses that make up Indiana's hospitality sector beyond just restaurants and hotels. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana University is shaping the future of healthcare with Hoosiers in mind. Advancing discoveries that become treatments for Alzheimer's, obesity, cancer, and rare diseases, and training the providers trusted to deliver them. From the lab to your local clinic, IU powers medical breakthroughs and the talent behind them. Discover how IU is solving what's next at iu.edu/impact.
Delta Airlines says it is raising checked baggage fees, part of a broader wave of U.S. carriers responding to higher jet fuel prices tied to the war in the Middle East. Beginning today, most passengers on domestic and short-haul international routes will pay $10 more for their first and second checked bags and $50 more to check a third. The Indiana National Guard has cut the ribbon on its newly modernized armory in Bloomington. The $8.2 million renovation project was designed to bring the facility up to current code requirements and industry standards and is the first significant upgrade to the Armory since its original construction in 1959. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, checking out northbound 65 on the south side. Stop and go traffic before Raymond up to Washington Street because of construction. I have a delay there, 7 minutes. Eastbound 70 also drags into the south split from West Street. Heading out to the airport from downtown. Westbound 70, no sweat from Meridian out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan. That's a 9-minute trip. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
The NFL draft is 2 weeks away, Tony, and a projected top pick, Fernando Mendoza, will skip the event. He plans to stay with his family in Miami instead of traveling to Pittsburgh. The Las Vegas Raiders have the first pick, and they're expected to take him. Mendoza helped IU win its first national title last season. One of Mendoza's former teammates, wide receiver Elijah Surratt, spent Tuesday with the Indianapolis Colts during local pro day. He talked about what it would mean to be taken by the Colts.
That would be a special spot, man. Being in Indiana these past 2 years, just knowing the fan base, knowing the support that they have for me and everyone around, it would be great. And the Colts are a great organization, great team, and they have a bright future.
Speaking with Wish TV, Cooper did not take part in the drills, but he spent time talking with Colts management, and the Indiana Pacers lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves 124-104. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
At the IHSAA, we're proud to have partners who share our vision of building a strong Indiana. I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig.
And I'm Rafael Sanchez, Chief Impact Officer of Old National Bank, founded and headquartered in Evansville, Indiana. We couldn't be prouder of our Hoosier heritage.
And Hoosiers couldn't love high school sports more.
That's why it's important to us as a Hoosier bank to invest in high school sports. We offer financial literacy programs that help student athletes make educated financial decisions once their playing days are over.
The association is committed to keeping high school sports focused on education first. The life lessons we teach help student athletes develop both in the game and in life.
And that's a win for every Hoosier.
Thanks to partners like Old National Bank, the future of Indiana looks strong.
Support education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is investing in our future.
This is building up Indiana.
This is your IHSAA.
Have you read this Johnette Cruz oil change story at WIBC.com? It's certifiable. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It is insane story Indy student's $10,000 oil change battle reaches Supreme Court. You have to read it. I will give you the basics. This guy goes to one of those oil change places, quick oil change places. I said this woman, goes and she's got a 2013 Chevy Equinox. She goes to get an oil change. Everything's perfect. She's taking care of her car. Everything's fine with the car. All's good with the car. Life's good. She goes. She gets the oil change. A couple days later, lights start coming up in the car. Ping, boom, bang. What in the world's going on here? She takes it somewhere, and they're like, yeah, there's no oil in this whatsoever. There are no visible leaks. There's no oil in this vehicle at all. So she's like, well, then clearly something happened with the initial oil change. Because now she needs a whole new engine, this, that, and the other. We're talking about $10,000 worth of work that needs to be done. So it has been for 2 years, going on 2 years, this legal battle that now takes her to the Indiana Supreme Court about an oil change, which, for the record, the whole idea of got the oil change and then there's no oil in there, that is the great fear. That is the great fear. That, like, somehow they're going to forget, you're going to drive away, and the cap wasn't put back, or what? Just me? Okay, just me. This is it. The story is crazy. Just because I do think I'm not the only one who's like, well, how do I know they really replaced anything? There's a lot of movement, and there's like whirring, and there's people underneath, and then there's someone showing me a dirty oil filter. I don't know what an oil filter is, but they're telling me I need another one for $72.99. I have no idea how much an oil filter is. And so I'm like, sure. Or I'm like, are they taking me for a ride? Everybody goes through this. This story is is the sum of all fears in that regard. Johnette Cruz with the reporting. You got to check it out. Go to WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Want to start testosterone therapy? Go to Low T Center, the area's #1 TRT clinic for effective custom testosterone covered by insurance.
This month, get a free T-test. Visit lowtcenter.com and book right now.
Yeah, Hammer's going to tell you about this amazing sale going on right now, Window Nation, windownation.com. It involves 0% interest financing and saving a ton of money on brand new, professionally installed, high-quality windows. I had them installed in my house. They were in and out within a day. Left my place cleaner than before the install. 45,000 five-star reviews online with Window Nation.
This is a mega sale. This is legit. Window Nation's the more you buy, the more you save sale. It's happening right now, where you could get up to 50% off all window styles for your home. Plus, you could get them with 0% financing for up to 5 years. All you have to do is schedule a free consultation. That's right. Speak to somebody for free. Ask all the questions. WindowNation.com. Hurry, the sale ends soon. WindowNation.com.
Kohl's Epic Deals prove one thing. A good deal is the best feeling. Better than remembering your password on the first try. Or that first sip of coffee in the morning. Well, okay, the coffee is pretty close. But still, Kohl's Epic Deals are hard to beat. Save big on comfy tees, sandals, cozy bedding, and more at Kohl's and Kohls.com. Select styles. Offers end April 12th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Get ready, Indy. Leonard Skinner and Foreigner team up for the Double Trouble Vision Tour live at Ruoff Music Center on Friday, August 7th with special guest Six Gun Sally. Find more details on WIBC.com.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Bear. He's in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Yeah, Antonio, northbound 65 between Edinburgh and Franklin. There's about 2 miles of stopped traffic right now, so I'd consider using US 31 instead. Northbound 65 on the south side of Indy. Stop and go before Raymond Street up to Washington Street. That's a delay of 7 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic after west into the south split. Inbound 69 Fishers, you're looking good this morning, 116 to 465, no delays. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is, what is the time? Oh, it's 6:46. So wait, it's Congressman Andre Carson who wants to use the 25th Amendment against Donald Trump? Okay, fine, terrific. That's one. Very, very helpful. You're a brave man, Congressman Carson. Hey, when do you stop supporting bigots like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib? When does this happen? I mean, if we're going to have any kind of tools to remove people from office, shouldn't it be the people who support bigotry, support anti-American zealotry? Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Louis Farrakhan. You think Trump's the issue? Could we just stop it already? You had nothing to say about Joe Biden's complete level of incapacity. Tony, Donald Trump is in office now, not Joe Biden. The argument is that Andre Carson is a terrible judge of character. He doesn't know when something's right and something's wrong. He thought Joe Biden, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar were just fine. He thinks it's fine to be friends with Louis Farrakhan. This guy is a serious judgment issue. We should be asking about how we remove Andre Carson from office. And that's the difference. Biden did not know where he was. Trump knows exactly where he is. You just don't like what he's doing. They're two different things. And if you were any kind of leader whatsoever, you'd say so. But you're not. You never have been. You never clearly will be. Everything you do is follow the leader's silliness. There is not an ounce of drive, of I'm going to do better or I'm going to put a thought out into the world. Zero, Congressman Carson. Zero. It's just awful. I mean, that's it. You're really that bad. And if your office or if you have anybody else has a problem with it, what am I supposed to say? Look at you, who you support. Look at what you do. You don't like Trump because, well, hating Trump is part of the gig. You don't like the policy. The issue with you is the person. Not because I say so, but because you showed us so. Well, Trump as a person is this, that, and the other. Still can't use the 25th Amendment. You have no basis, no case. All you have is follow the leader's silliness. The end. But that was not my story. My story was about the Cook Political Report. It was a look at what was going to go on or what will go on in the midterms. Now, in Georgia, we just saw that the Republican won the runoff. And some people are concerned about this because this was the seat to replace Marjorie Taylor Greene. they're concerned because he won by, I'd say 11 points. Let's call it 11 points. Clayton Fuller is his name. He will be the new congressman from the 14th District of Georgia, defeating the Democrat by about, let's call that 15,000 votes. Yeah. It's congressional district. It's a sizable victory. And I saw some people say this is a problem because this is a district Trump won by 34. And now you're only winning by 11. That's bad news. No, you don't compare general elections to midterms. You don't compare general elections to special elections. And with Trump not on the ticket, don't expect the low propensity voter to come out. They're not coming out for Republicans. They come out for Trump, which is indeed part of the problem. That's legitimate. To say that this is an omen, not accurate. That is a lot of being fearful for no value whatsoever. None. But you take a look at something called the Cook Political Report, and you take a look at the races that are questionable. And the races that are questionable move in the favor of the Democrats. As a matter of fact, of the toss-up races, Republicans would need to win 76% of them. And right now, it shows that they call it lean, likely, or solid. Right? These are the categories. It leans to the left. It's likely to the left. Oh, it's definitely left. Or leans to the right, likely right, or definitely to the right. They see 213 for the Democrats, 205 for the Republicans, and 17 toss-up races. So you would have to win 76% of the toss-up races to be able to maintain control of the House. And people look at this and say, this is why the Democrats are going to get control. Historically, true. Democrats would indeed get control of the House. That seems to be the way we do things in elections. They just flow in this direction. That whoever the president is, whatever party it is, we go in the opposite direction. It's weird. It's kooky. It is a standard for the House, not always for the Senate. The Senate has had more uniqueness to it. But with everything happening, there are only 17 toss-ups. With everything happening, this is what you're sharing with me. This does not, again, signal the end of the world. Does it show that Republicans have a lot of work ahead of them? Well, of course it does. You'd be crazy to think otherwise. You'd be nuts to think otherwise. There is a ton of work ahead of the Republican Party. Are they doing it? Doesn't seem like they're doing it. Doesn't seem like they're getting close to doing it. So if they want to not work, if they don't want to actually try and win this thing, which there's a part of me that believes this. I don't quite understand how they could be doing such a poor job at the running for office. I really don't. But the numbers don't signal that there's no hope. We even took a look at where Democrats are trending. We did this story yesterday on Tony Katz Today. And in the Senate, Republicans are still seen higher, and in the House, Democrats are seen higher, but by lesser numbers than previous midterms. They took a look at midterms where the president was of an opposing party. And they are still underperforming the Democrats, their numbers. So while you can argue there's an economic issue and there's a national security stuff going on with Iran and a whole host of things, people are still not enamored of the Democratic Party. They're just not. The numbers don't show that. Are they still odds-on favorites to win? Well, just by history, yes. By policy or likability, absolutely not. Which is why this is all still winnable. I think the people who are gnashing teeth and getting all worked up are doing so to do so. Now, maybe it's helpful because it'll get some people out to vote and they'll be concerned. Good. You should be. You should be working to get other people out to vote. But the numbers don't signal that it's all over. They just don't signal that. They signal that Republicans are down, not out. There's the difference. Matt Bear has got traffic. Matthew, what's going on?
Northbound 65 on the south side, stop-and-go traffic before Raymond up to Washington Street, an 8-minute delay. And now, just now, a vehicle fire reported westbound 465 coming up to 31. Two right lanes are closed, and we are slow back to Westfield Boulevard. More on this coming up when we talk again at 7:05. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors' new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, if you're nearing retirement, you're between a rock and a hard place right now. Your choice is either severe stock market volatility or interest on a CD that can't even keep up with inflation. So what's the answer? A fixed index annuity can give you principal protection and the opportunity for growth with Bill Demery, your retirement guy right here in Indy.
For example, right now you can get an upfront 20% bonus on your money, an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years, and it's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Learn more from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. If you've saved more than $200,000, call Bill Demery right now. 317-648-5120, 317-648-5120, or go to yourretirementguy.com.
Applied Innovation customer Dr. Chantel Manahan, Director of Technology at MSD of Steuben County Schools, appreciates Applied Innovation's culture that keeps employees long-term.
Having that one consistent point of contact has been fabulous and really helped both of us to get to know each other, which means that he is able to anticipate the needs of our district, the data that we'd like to see, and the practices we have in place to keep things running smoothly.
You appreciate the Applied Innovation partnership?
I'm part of Northeast Indiana Technology Study Council, and we meet almost monthly during the school year, and often the topic of suppliers for copy printing back comes up, and I always share that we're with Applied Innovation, and I would recommend them as far as someone that you can trust to help meet your needs.
Applied Innovation, office technology from a trusted partner. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Hey, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show. And I'm not going to lie to you. I needed help. I got a bald spot in the back of my head, and it's embarrassing. I see it when I'm on television. I see it when I'm on the YouTube channel. So I decided to reach out for help. And my friends at We Grow Hair Indy decided to help me out here. These guys are the absolute best. I was a little leery about it. I could not have a procedure that, one, hurt, or two, left me looking like I'd been scalped. But after I talked with Darren and the entire team at We Grow Hair Indy, they told me their state-of-the-art technology, the progress made in hair growth, it's going to be okay. If I can do this, you guys can do this. Contact the team at We Grow Hair Indy, 317-522-2995. That's 522-2995. Get that free evaluation. It's free. You can also go online to WeGrowHairIndy.com. Contact them today and do this with me. WeGrowHairIndy.com.
Look around. Spring is here. And no matter what you're planning or planting, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Spring forward in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle and buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. Shop over 2,000 vehicles online at drivehubler.com or any of Hubler's 13 locations. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and a free Carfax history report. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Zero down delivers. So spring forward with Hubler. Hubler's got you covered. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Cover me. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Good Wednesday morning. Coming up in 2 minutes, the message that Hoosier political leaders have for President Trump as the war in Iran continues, what you could expect to pay at the gas pump this morning, and what Martinsville police want you to know about what happened to a child last night after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, it is 7 o'clock.
It is a big day for world peace. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what President Trump wrote in a late-night Truth Social post hours after he agreed to a ceasefire deal with Iran ahead of his deadline that included a threat to bomb all Iran's bridges and power plants and wipe out a civilization.
What the president did is he basically issued an ultimatum to the Iranians. He said, open up the straits, stop trying to hold the world's economy hostage, and we'll engage in a ceasefire. And that's exactly the agreement that we came to last night.
That's Vice President Vance a short time ago in Hungary. He also called it a fragile truce, and underscoring that, more Iranian attacks last night. That's an air raid siren in Israel after missiles were fired with cluster bombs.
Shortly after, the Iranians put out a statement matching the president's and then proceeded to launch missiles and drones at Gulf countries.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
Now, since the overnight hours, the fire has stopped toward Israel but has continued toward Gulf countries.
There are reports of attacks in Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates, and Iran claims one of its oil refineries was targeted. At the heart of the ceasefire, the president's assertion that Iran reopens the Strait of Hormuz immediately, allowing the free flow of oil and other shipping.
But, there is still work to be done here. While President Trump called a new 10-point peace plan by Iran a workable basis on which to negotiate, it does seem to contain several non-starters. According to Iranian state media, the plan includes continued control of the Strait of Hormuz by Iran, the acceptance of enrichment for its nuclear program, the lifting of all primary and secondary sanctions, and the unfreezing of Iranian assets.
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff. The ceasefire has oil prices plunging 16%, stock market futures surging 1,200 points for the Dow, and markets are up big in Europe and Asia. A Trump-backed Republican won a special runoff election in Georgia, keeping a House seat red, replacing GOP Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene as Clay Fuller. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They say the kids are not the problem. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis, 36 degrees right now, going up to 67. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. A teenage boy was shot in the stomach last night in Martinsville, and police say they're advising parents.
We just encourage them to know where their kids are, know where they are, know what they're doing, who their friends are, and who they're hanging out with is a really huge thing.
And police haven't shared any details about what led up to the shooting, but they do say they spoke with several teenagers to identify who was involved. The boy who was shot is recovering this morning. Indiana State Prison in Michigan City sent an inmate to a hospital burn unit yesterday for the second time in 3 weeks. They say the fire started in his cell. The Indiana Department of Correction say the fire started at about 2 p.m. in D Cell House, and crews airlifted that person to the Indianapolis hospital. And at Miami Correctional Facility, Indiana State Police are looking into the death of a man named Sean Booker who died Saturday. His family has been notified, and an autopsy will determine the cause and manner of his death. Booker was serving a sentence for criminal reckless driving. Officers went to a shots fired call on Indianapolis's northeast side yesterday.
Indy Metro Police say as the suspect tried to get away, they threw a gun and narcotics out the window. The police chase lasted for about 8 miles, but they say the driver's luck ran out when they slammed into 2 other cars at East 30th and North Midhofer.
WIBC's Jake McDaniel.
The suspect crashed into a third vehicle earlier on. That person's now in custody, and no serious injuries were reported.
And police say the area was shut down for several hours. AAA says Indiana's gas average is at $4.13 this morning, up 15 cents from yesterday, sitting 3 cents below the national average of $4.16. U.S. Rep. Andre Carson criticizing President Trump for making threats toward Iran, calling them reckless and irresponsible. His comments came after President Trump set a 2-week ceasefire with the area. The Shelbyville City Council is advancing plans for a data center project that could include 11 buildings and cost $2 billion. Monday night's vote as one of the ordinances got this reaction. California-based Prologis is behind the project. They believe 450 full-time jobs would be created with salaries around $100,000. The NFL draft is 2 weeks away, and the projected top pick, Fernando Mendoza, says he'll skip the event. He plans to stay in Miami with his family instead of traveling to Pittsburgh. The Las Vegas Raiders hold the first pick, and they're expected to take him. Mendoza helped IU win its first national title last season. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the fives. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, looking at the north side, westbound 465, approaching Meridian Street, we have a car fire. 2 right lanes are blocked. Traffic is jammed past Westfield Boulevard. That's a delay right now of 9 minutes. I'm told the fire is under control. Eastbound 465 still on the north side, slow from Ditch Road over to Meridian 31. Southbound 6570 slow after the north split past Washington Street. Eastbound 70 stop and go after west into the south split. Then northbound 6570 slow from the south split up to Washington. That's a construction slowdown. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Need an appliance fast? Shop Grand Appliance for next day delivery and the lowest prices on top brands like Cafe, GE, and more. Learn more at grandappliance.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. It's a little chilly here this morning with numbers into the mid-30s. Hang in there. It gets a heck of a lot better this afternoon. Mostly sunny, much, much warmer than the last couple of days. I've got us back to the mid-60s later this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, not nearly as cold. A low down to 53. The warming trend continues late week. Tomorrow's going to be wonderful. Partly cloudy, just a spotty shower storm late in the day. Tomorrow's high 76. Friday does look pretty wet for the afternoon and evening hours with scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. A high of 69. Weekend, no problems. Partly cloudy, mild, a high of 69. Saturday, Sunday, mostly sunny, very warm, a high of 80.
That's Marcus Bailey, Wish TV. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate you taking the time. 35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:07. So we've got an investigation into this shooting that took place to the home of City County Councilor Ron Gibson. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning and good. We should have an investigation into what took place. Can't just have someone's home being shot at because they're in favor of a data center. That's insane. So yes, get investigating. And then tell us what came of the investigation. I want to know. I want to know how it is this came to be. I want to know who left the note. Nobody has a ring camera or anything else. We've got video. Do we have a guy? Do we have a suspect? Do we have anything? Have we done any handwriting analysis? I'll send Matt Bear over there. He'll figure it out. Oh, he'll look at your handwriting. He'll know exactly what was happening. He'll know what you were feeling. He'll know what you had for lunch. But I do want the answers. And while we're getting answers to things, we were told that during the great redistricting debates that there were members of the General Assembly who were swatted. Police were sent to their home and allegations made of trouble, and this was all meant to try and get these people harmed. Swatting is disgusting and despicable. It is. It's gross. And people who do this need to be in jail. So my question is, there was a lot of talk about these swatting events. What happened? Has anybody been arrested? Did we just stop investigating? Are you telling me that this was a major discussion point, that people were so upset about redistricting that others were being, well, potentially harmed? And now that the redistricting debate is over, we've stopped looking into it? I'd like to know from the Indiana State Police, where are we with this? I'd like to know where the investigation is with the counselor. I may disagree with the man, but I don't want this for him. I don't want this for anybody. 15 shots into his house? I don't want it for anybody. I don't care how much I disagree with you. That's crazed. Because of data centers? Data centers are not the end of the world. Can everybody just stop it? This ridiculous mob mentality bullcrap over data centers. Y'all sound silly as can be. You don't want one where you are? Well, you're allowed to say so. Not arguing that. Somebody disagreeing with you, so there are shots fired? That's what we don't want. That's not the society worth having. I want to just know how the investigation's going. And while we're talking about investigations, I would like to know, where are we with the swatting? Because I don't like that this has been somehow brushed under the rug. Everyone's all of a sudden forgotten. I guess it was no big deal. No, I think it's an incredibly massive deal. A lot of insinuations were made. A lot of accusations were made. And maybe some people should apologize for that. Or, well, I won't get into the or. I'll say it this way. Maybe they were right that the swattings did happen. I would like for the investigations to show us what happened, how it happened. Are there any suspects? And if not, why not? Just asking, right? Isn't that the expression? Just asking questions. No, I'm making some insinuations. I get it. You caught me. Where are we on this? Somebody tell me. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Sammy Terry. There are two things guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Death can be painful, but paying your taxes doesn't have to be, with a little extra cash in your pocket from Indiana Unclaimed. Yes, George, you're right. George the Spider reminds us that Indiana Unclaimed returns over $1 million every single week, and there are hundreds of millions of dollars just waiting to be claimed by the rightful owner. Text Sammy to 46220 to find out if you or your loved ones have unclaimed funds. Claim yours today. Text Sammy to 46220 now.
Paid for by the Office of the Indiana Attorney General.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The team at Miss M's and Sundown Gardens is ready for spring. With spring annuals, lush tropicals, and flowering trees arriving daily, you'll find what you need. Visit with the ideas and questions, leave with a plan, and the plans to turn your porch, patio, and yard into your dream outdoor living space. Miss M's and Sundown Gardens has everything to make your yard into a place you love. Miss M's in Bargersville on State Road 135, just south of Whiteland Road, and Sundown Gardens in Westfield, 186th Street and Spring Mill Road.
Iran has 13 hours left to make a deal.
93 WIBC.
And after that, they're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants.
What happens next?
Iran state media is calling on all young people
Happens here.
to form a human chain around the power plants.
Stay in the know.
Indianapolis City County Councilor finding at least 15 bullet holes in his front door of his home.
While you're on the go.
If you're going to the gas pump, it's up a dime from where it was yesterday.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Tony, looking at the north side, it is westbound 465, shy of 31 Meridian. We have a car fire. The fire is out, but 2 right lanes are blocked and traffic is stopped. Back to Keystone Avenue for a 19-minute delay. Eastbound 465 on the north side, stop and go before ditch to Meridian 31. East side, northbound 465, slow before Penn Pike up to East 56th Street. And on the south side, northbound 65, slows because of construction. Raymond up to Washington Street, a delay of 3 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Need an appliance fast? Shop Grand Appliance for next day delivery and the lowest prices on top brands like Cafe, GE, and more. Learn more at grandappliance.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees, Matt Bear. 35 degrees.
Cold.
Can I tell you, I'm in a. If I had a recliner in the studio, I would be in a full-on recliner right now. I'd be feet up.
How do you not have a recliner in the studio, at least for guests?
What guests? What are you talking about?
Well, you know, if you have guests in for your show.
Well, the chairs around the table, you can lean back on those.
Oh.
Like they kind of rock. And then the wingback chairs, they're getting replaced. And then the other chairs, which is made of fine Corinthian leather, those are just static. So I have thought about getting some recliner swivel chairs in here. But I'm talking about my chair, what I sit in, right? My glorious throne.
No, okay.
Where I provide entertainment and joy throughout all of Indianapolis and the land.
Okay.
Right now, I'm telling you, I feet up cigar. I don't smoke a cigar when I do the morning show. I am just there. I don't know what's with me.
Do you have a masseuse off to the left?
Honestly, that would be the next thing.
No, why not?
You want to?
Yeah.
You want me to send you a masseuse?
Yeah.
Somebody out there is a masseuse. I will. If we can get the video camera up and running. You have to get massaged when you do traffic. We will put that up on the live stream.
I'm not going to argue that one bit. I think that's a fantastic idea.
The problem is that producer Carl is so lazy, he hasn't gotten the cameras up.
I know.
It's
By
all
the way,
my fault.
It is.
I am poking the bear on that one.
I know, right?
Carl is so outraged that the cameras are not up in your studio. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
The people want
Every
to
day. Every day, it's like, listen, I love this job, but this whole place sucks, and I want to hit everybody with a fish.
He's telling his newborn baby about these cameras right now.
Goes home and takes a look at baby Carl and says, baby Carl, you don't understand what it's like. It is hard out here for a pimp. That's what he says. Every day.
For YouTube stream.
He's incensed about the cameras. Incensed.
Madman.
Oh.
Certifiable.
But yeah, camera goes up, I will get you a masseuse.
Okay, all right.
I could go for a massage.
Hey, Carl, we're putting up cameras this afternoon. Let's do it.
Cameras are going up everywhere. Everywhere they're going up. It's 35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:18. People are now suggesting we call it Lounge Chair Friday. You know today's Wednesday, right? Just want to make sure we all... And I don't want to have to wait till Friday to lounge chair. That's all I'm saying. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Morning. Good to be with you. Getting ready for the popcorn moment brought to you by Booher, Booher. BooherRemodeling.com. If it's inside your four walls, you call Booher. And they make it great and fantastic. Their 5-step design process makes it easy. They're easy. Very good people. Rob Booher, wife Kathy, the entire family, the entire team, they've been together for a while. They do this every day and they understand each other. That's why they work so well together. It's why it works so well for you, because they've developed over time this system. And the system means no stress. You know what's happening. When you know what's happening, it's just so much easier to get everything done. With Boer Remodeling, they can make that happen. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen. What are you trying to get done? A bathroom that actually is from this century? A kitchen that has the right flow to it. For me, we're redoing countertops and backsplashes, changing a couple things up just a little. It isn't a major deal. It's just that final touch that makes it ours after all these years. Or how about a basement that's a part of the home? Your house, your needs. Create value for your life with Boer, Booher, 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling, 852-5546. Or online at Boer, Booher. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because, well, there is more. I shared with you that President Trump said that there's an agreement to a complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. There will be a 2-week pause on any offensive maneuvers between Iran and Israel and the United States. It hasn't stopped Iran from attacking Israel and the UAE. I think Kuwait also. Drones and missiles. That all happened last night after this deal was struck. Trust the Iranians at your own risk. Right there. But there was a very odd reaction. A very odd reaction from the political left. And this reaction is the example of what we have been discussing. The objective is to hate the man and always be pushing the hate of the man. So this is very much Saul Alinsky, pick the target, personalize it, freeze it, and polarize it. Right? It's absolutely that. It is how can we just go after Trump, do nothing but go after Trump, and therefore get success? How does that happen? This is Admiral Kirby. Admiral Kirby was a spokesperson for the Biden administration. He is now an MS Now contributor. Yeah, I'm surprised it took so long. And he has asked the question there on that Morning Joe show, which used to be the Intellectual Morning Show. That's over. We are. That's what we're going to. Tony Katz, the Morning News, the Intellectual Morning Show of America. You're welcome. Honestly, that's got to be it. Producer Carl has dreams of turning this show into a full-on television program, television, radio, and everything else. And that's why he wants the cameras for Matt Baer. His secret to making this show go nationwide is Matt Baer on camera. That's a secret. True story. So they're asking Admiral Kirby the best way to end the war. What is the best way to do this? And I want you to hear it for yourself.
What is the best possible outcome now under the current state of play for the United States? How do you see this playing out in the best way for the U.S.? How does this end well?
Well, I mean, the best way that it would end, in my mind, is that you don't leave the regime in power here, and that you have some sort of guarantees about how and in what way they will be able to exert military power in the region, and to what degree they can be limited in terms of the threats that they pose. But honestly, Willie, I'm pessimistic about us getting to that kind of point. What appears to be the case going forward here is that the regime will stay in power.
Now, this is an outrageously honest answer that does not comport at all with how the political left has moved, because hearing this information from President Trump yesterday, that there will be a 2-week suspension on bombings and on attacks, a double-sided ceasefire to put together a longer-term peace plan. This was responded to with Trump chickened out. This was responded to with, I can't believe Trump didn't go forward. However, before that, it was, I can't believe Trump is threatening to annihilate a civilization, as if Trump meant the Iranian people and not the regime. It's embarrassing. The left is embarrassing. My point to you is, Trump says something, it's the worst thing in the world. Trump does something counter to what was said, it's the worst thing in the world. And I have to wonder whether Admiral Kirby here is going to get shellacked for not going after Trump harder, but rather stating what I believe to be the obvious. The best end to the Iran war is that the regime is completely gone. We can't agree on this. You could argue that maybe we shouldn't have done it. I would disagree with you, but you can argue that. We'll disagree. But now we're in it. All right, we're in the great game now. Isn't the answer end the regime? But the left doesn't care whether the regime is there or not there when you take a look at everything their members of Congress are saying, everything they're saying on social media. Trump wants to take out the regime. How dare he? We need the 25th Amendment. Trump doesn't take out the regime. Oh, he chickened out. Everything is built on what happened. Now, how do I turn it to hate Trump? That's the entirety of the argument. And here comes this voice. We'd be better if we took out the regime. Oh, really? Because I believe that to be true. Why can't we get some agreement on, like, some basics? And the answer is agreement would be to humanize. That's not their interest. And that's why I think that Kirby is going to take a lot of heat for this. A lot of heat for making a rational point. That's where the party is now. That's where Democrats are today. Matt Bear's got traffic on the fives. Matthew, what's going on?
All right, Tony, looking at the north side, westbound 465 approaching Meridian 31. Vehicle fire, all lanes open. Cleanup continues on the right shoulder with traffic stop and go. Back to Keystone Avenue and a delay right now of 20 minutes. East side northbound 465 stop and go 70 past Penn Pike. Southbound 6570 slow north split to Washington. Those northbound lanes tighten up in the construction after South Keystone Avenue up to Washington Street. Comes out for a 9-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Meet Drexel Interiors new cabinet line Drexel Select premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. What happened with Trump last night? Tony Kennett, he'll join us. Let's have some laughs starting at 3.
A $200 million buyback in mortgage securities, plus a new rate-friendly Fed chair coming this spring. These moves are intended to push mortgage rates lower. The last time rates dropped, we saw a selling and buying frenzy. So now is the time to prepare to sell your home. Call the expert, Mark Dietel. Maybe what you need to do is sell right now. Hey, that's understandable. Mark can give you a fast cash offer. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick the move date. No long-term contracts. You cancel anytime you want. Sharon in Greenwood said, I had to move into my new home and I needed a smooth sale of my old place as soon as possible. Mark Dietel's team prepped my home quickly and launched an aggressive marketing plan. It was success. Sold for over asking in just 10 days while making everything simple and stress-free for me. Guys, call the local Indianapolis agent trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, Dietel, markdietel.com.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
I'm with Amy Buchanan, practice manager, and Bruce Goldberg, president of Rivers Bend PC, who depend heavily on Applied Innovations managed IT services and telephony products.
We get laptop computers, desktop computers. They also handle our firewall, our internet here. Even our telephone system is through them as well.
Applied Innovation has become very important to your business.
I think that Applied Innovation is one of the best out there, to be honest. I don't have to try and figure things out myself. I feel like I have a team over there that I can work with to get things resolved quickly and efficiently.
Bruce, how has Applied Innovation brought benefit to Rivers Bend?
The benefit to us is that we're able to focus on our core business. So since we've switched over to Applied Innovation, we've really just been able to focus on doing what we do best and let them do what they do best.
Applied Innovation. Office technology made simple from a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with Zero Res. Hi, this is Denny Smith, and if your house still smells like winter, yeah, it's time. Spring means fresh air, but not if your carpets and ducts are holding on to months of who knows what. This month, get Zero Resified from Indy's #1 carpet cleaner. Flash sale, $50 per room of carpet clean for unlimited rooms, plus $599 for a whole system air duct cleaning. Call Zero Res, 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How Hoosier political leaders are reacting to the war in Iran. Right now, you have cloudy skies, but a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis. 36 degrees going up to 67. Good morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
He promised to be a president of peace. He has yet to demonstrate that he's a president of peace. He has shown that he is the president of indecision, divisiveness, indecisiveness, and recklessness.
That's U.S. Rep. Andre Carson speaking yesterday, saying he doesn't support President Trump in the way he's handled the war in Iran. His comments came right before negotiators reached a 2-week ceasefire agreement this weekend. Senator Todd Young also talking about the president's actions.
My assessment of the whole ordeal here, the president wants to bring this to a close as quickly as possible, and he's employing language to try and make that happen.
In one way this war in Iran is affecting you is at the gas pump, with gas prices rising again this morning. That's where we find Jarrett Lewis.
Overnight, we saw a 9-cent jump from an average of $4.05 a gallon Tuesday to $4.14 now. AAA has the national average for regular unleaded at $4.16 a gallon. If you're heading to the pump in downtown Indy today, you might be able to find some stations closer to the $4 mark. Reporting from downtown Indianapolis, Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And with more on that ceasefire that we mentioned, here's Fox's Trey Yingst.
Now at the details of this deal, the Wall Street Journal reports on Iran's proposed plan that includes 10 separate points. Some of them include the U.S. guaranteeing a non-aggression pact with Iran, continuing Iran's control over the Strait of Hormuz, acceptance that Iran can enrich uranium for its nuclear program, removal of all primary sanctions on Iran, removal of secondary sanctions, and a ceasefire on all fronts. Those are a number of points that are not going to be reached, and the next 2 weeks are going to be critical as negotiators try to hammer this out.
Israeli officials say the ceasefire does not cover their operations in Lebanon, while Pakistani negotiators say Lebanon is included in the deal. President Trump said Tuesday that it's a big day for world peace. Trump took to social media, posting a statement that Iran has had enough, along with everyone else, adding the U.S. will be helping with traffic buildup in the Strait of Hormuz. Republican Clay Fuller defeated Democrat Sean Harris in Georgia's special election for the seat formerly held by Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I think it's incredibly important to make sure that we're fighting for the president's agenda, and then if the people here, if it had gone blue, it would have been a complete tragedy for the people in Northwest Georgia. So I know that the conservatives here, they want to see those policies continued and want to see me fighting for them on Capitol Hill.
And Fuller will serve the remainder of former Congressman Greene's term before running again later this year. And Delta Airlines raising its checked baggage fees, starting with tickets bought on April 8th. The first checked bag will cost you $45. The second, $55, up from $45. And the third baggage fee will be from $150 to $200. Sports on WIBC at 7:34 with the NFL draft about 2 weeks out. Fernando Mendoza isn't headed to Pittsburgh. He plans to watch from Miami with his family. The Las Vegas Raiders own the first pick, and he's widely expected to be their choice. Mendoza led IU to its first national championship last season. The Indianapolis Colts held their local pro day Tuesday, and former Hoosier tight end Riley Nowakowski took part. He says he believes he'd fit right in with the Colts.
I already got a few friends on the team. Me and Bort and me and Hunter Waller are both really close. Obviously, got some ties with JT too, so it'll be awesome. I'd love to block for JT, I'd make my life real easy. You know what I mean? I ain't got to really do anything. He'll just run around and score touchdowns.
And the NFL draft scheduled for April 23rd through the 25th. The Minnesota Timberwolves handily defeated the Indiana Pacers last night, 124-104. And Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says he'll miss the next 2 games with the team to attend his daughter's school event. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at the north side, westbound 465 before 31. A vehicle fire on the right shoulder. And still a little bit slow right now around the White River on westbound 465. Again, that vehicle fire on the right shoulder approaching 31 Meridian on westbound. Eastbound 465 stop and go from Michigan Road into Meridian. Southbound 6570 jams. North split down to Fletcher Avenue into construction zone. And northbound 65 slow after South Keystone Avenue up to Washington Street for a delay of 9 minutes. Northbound 65 south side slow from Southport Road up to 465 and eastbound 465 stop and go 65 past Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at DrexelHigh-End.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Across the countryside, muskets were cleaned and powder quietly stored.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by the WIBC Daily Newsletter.
April 8th, 1776. In colonies from Connecticut to Virginia, militia units continued drilling as provincial assemblies assumed greater authority. What had begun as local defense was becoming organized resistance. Committees of safety monitored loyalty. Supplies were counted. Officers were chosen. There was no single battlefield yet, no decisive engagement. But across the colonies, preparation had replaced protest. While independence had not yet been declared, readiness was already underway.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Have the latest headlines and show content delivered to your inbox daily. Sign up at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, yes in yellow, definitely in yellow. If only I wasn't afraid. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you during downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the program. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. They have got it all there on the Marketplace. I've bought, I've sold, I've done it all. The Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. You've got cash waiting for you. You might as well get it from IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's that final paycheck dividend. It's a refund. It's actual cash. It's not property. It's not things. It's money. And it's not free money. It's your money waiting for you. The state is holding on to it. That seems ridiculous. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text my name, Tony, to 46220. Not Hammer and Nigel's name, not Jeff Saturday's name. Forget those guys, those losers. You text Tony. I'm going to get emails. You text Tony to 46220 to get started. Matt Baer joins me right now. Matt, could you ever see yourself as a motorcycle guy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had a motorcycle?
No. I want one desperately.
Okay. I like the idea, but I know that I am a scared little child and I cannot get on a motorcycle.
Start with a moped.
Now that is I rode a moped once in my life, crashed it the first time I had it, and I said, I'm done.
Bravo.
It was college. A guy just got it back from the shop. I'm like, I want to try it. I fell down on it, broke the one of the rear view mirror things. I was like, okay, here's my money, and that was it. I never did it again.
You didn't get back up on that horse and ride again?
No, because I realized that the problem is that the horse only had two wheels and it was motorized. And what I need is more stability. So I've taken a look at the Can-Am Spiders before because it's got the three wheels, the two in front. I'm like, that's very cool. But then you've got like the idea of the motorcycle with the sidecar, which I love. I love the sidecar.
Oh, it's how the cops used to fight criminals.
Right.
Yeah.
True story. I'm driving downtown. My wife and I are going to some formal event. I look very fancy. She looks amazing as always. And we end up stopped at a red light. And because we're not in Carmel and they had red lights in these other cities, and we're next to a motorcycle with a sidecar. And my wife looks over at that and goes, I can do that.
Oh,
and I said, I'm in. I will buy it right now, but I have to be the one in the sidecar. I want the sidecar. I'm going to get the scarf, the goggles. I'm going to be holding on to a bourbon everywhere we go. This is the dream. You be my driver. I just want to have that 1940s kind of thing going on. Amazing. But the point is, I need more wheels. This is a 2002 Honda Goldwing trike in yellow.
Yeah, with a sidecar, I don't think I could approve of this.
This doesn't have the sidecar.
Okay.
Right? You've got the seat in the back, right? They have a name for that. But that's not the point. The point is there's three wheels. The point is there's more stability. I think I could do this.
It looks like
and in yellow, I think I could definitely do this, at least around the neighborhood, not on real streets. I'd be too scared and wet myself. But the rest of it, tell me I shouldn't do this right now.
Absolutely not. Don't do it.
Imagine hitting a pothole in that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to go to Indianapolis. I'm not insane.
You're going to capsize if you hit a pothole.
I'm going to go around every roundabout in Carmel while I yell out, "Wee!" That's good. Oh yeah, I wouldn't go to. I was about to say I wouldn't be caught dead driving in Indianapolis on this. Except that's the only way I would be found dead from hitting all the potholes. Why shouldn't I get this, Matt? This is amazing.
I don't like the color and I don't like the pedals, and it looks like a lawnmower.
You don't like it? It's yellow and black.
Yeah, way too much yellow. Oh no. I mean, you'll get arrested in that.
It has storage. It has cup holders. It has cup holders.
Why? You have too much to do. You shouldn't be drinking anything while driving that machine. Abomination. I just don't like the color. Oh, I don't like the color, and there are too many pedals. There's just too much going on here for me. I want something sleek, like a crotch rocket, that will go really fast on Keystone Parkway.
I don't like it when you talk like that on radio.
Yeah.
Makes me feel all oogie.
I want to buy a crotch rocket. Something that you can, get your knee close to the ground while you take those roundabouts in Hamilton County. I think that'd be awesome.
You know what I just learned about us, Matt? You and me? We're different. That's what I just learned. They're asking $8,000 for this, down from $10,000.
No.
It's got 111,000 miles. And it's a 2002.
2000?
You're a no.
What?
Huh?
What? No, I don't want it. I don't want it. No, thank you. No, definitely not. Because I live in Indianapolis. Besides, I mean, I'm gonna get hurt.
Oh, okay. You have a reason. You have a reason.
Damn straight.
But this has just about as much room as your Scion.
The Scion continues to lose sides of the car. I got hit. I can't talk about that yet. Yeah, it's about the same amount of room.
So I swear to you, I'm not having a midlife. Everything's fine. I'm just saying, yeah, I should. Butler of Thanos on Twitter said, "Is that a riding lawnmower?"
See, I told you. It looks like a
lawnmower. You know
what?
You all suck. Jeremy, if Bumblebee were a motorcycle, I've never liked any of you. I never did. Your parents were never really married. There. Oh. I said it.
Wow.
That's what I think. Oh, shattering my dreams, kids. Shattering my dreams. I like it.
Terrible.
I like it. It's there in the marketplace. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Is this for me now?
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon. You wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
New Bluebell Brookie a la mode ice cream brings brownies and cookies together like never before. Big chunks of brownies, soft chocolate chip cookie pieces blended into a rich, creamy brown sugar ice cream. It's not too good to be true. It's just that good.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
I also found the 1969 Lincoln Continental Mark 7.
Oh, it's a boat.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's a battleship.
It's the same price as the motorcycle, so I can go either way with this.
I go with the car.
I could put the motorcycle inside the car. Matt Bear's got traffic on the fives. What's up, man?
North side, westbound 465 before Meridian. Vehicle fire cleanup continues on the right shoulder. We don't have a delay right now. Inbound 69 slows 106 282nd. On the side, northbound 465 slow from Brookville Road up to Penn Pike at 8-minute delay. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go from South Keystone Avenue up to Washington Street, a delay of 13 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go west into the south split. And south side, northbound 465 tightens up because of construction. Southport Road to 465. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carbo on River Road or on North Shadeland, online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:47.
Meet Drexel Interior's new cabinet line, Drexel Select. Premium cabinets with multiple colors and free in-store design. Get yours in just 5 days. Visit DrexelIN.com to upgrade your home today.
I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Indianapolis with my home when it matters most. They are the local experts who know our area best. For a limited time, get 20% off Pella projects. Call 833-87-PELLA or visit PellaIndy.com/radio to learn more. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
You've probably heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's not houses, cars, or anything like that. It's actually your money being held by the Indiana Attorney General's Office Unclaimed Property Division. We're talking forgotten wages, old bank accounts, refunds, insurance payouts, stock dividends, and more. Right now, nearly $1 billion is waiting to be claimed by Hoosiers just like you. Find out if some of it is yours. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today. It's fast, free, and easy.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I'll put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insured.
Take care of your well with a clean out, 6-point inspection, and new well cap from C&J Well Company and save 30%. 317-210-5343.
Need an appliance fast? Shop Grand Appliance for next day delivery and the lowest prices on top brands like Cafe, GE, and more. Learn more at grandappliance.com.
See Kid Rock live with John Party on Friday, June 19th at Ruoff Music Center. One huge night of country and rock you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
We'll get more into the situation with Iran. They are bombing their neighbors. Some alleged peace deal. Guys. All I'm saying is that I'll believe it when I see it. And right now, I don't believe any of it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And for those of you who don't like the yellow Honda Goldwing, I did find a Harley trike that I could get in instead. Right? So, we're not out of the woods yet on this subject. We'll get into more of it. But there was a story over there at WTHR about scam texts. There are texts going out claiming to be from Marion County Superior Court about outstanding traffic violations. You may have gotten these. Did you ever get the ones, hey, you didn't pay the toll when you were going through Kentucky or through Florida or this or that, and here's the link. You have to pay the toll or we're going to take your license, this, that, and the other. These scams are truly sophisticated, and they do get people. And it used to be these scams were really targeting the elderly and would get them. These scams are going after everyone. It's happening in Kansas. It's happening right here in Indianapolis. It's a real issue. If you see the scam, report it to the Attorney General. Don't click. Don't call the number. Anytime you see anything like that, and you want to have this conversation with everybody you know, especially your parents, aging parents and all that jazz. Sorry, parents, you age. It happens. Please, let's not get so angry. It beats the alternative. Don't do anything and don't panic about it. You know, there are these, we are conditioned to the idea of authority. And there is a story years old now about people calling a McDonald's and claiming to be the police and demanding that the manager investigate and ask questions of employees. Was it McDonald's or some other fast food place? And search them and everything. And this person did it, assuming that the people on the other end of the phone were legit, not thinking to themselves they have the power to hang up the phone. They were so bought into the idea that, well, if somebody said something, it must be real and it must be serious and this must be an authority and I want to be a good citizen, right? We're conditioned to a thing. We have to be reconditioned to the idea that what's happening technologically is not always in our best interest. And it is for us to say to family members, yeah, don't buy into this. Don't worry about it. Just don't. Call me instead. Ask a local police department instead. Don't just respond to it. Don't feel any need for any pressure at all. But these things are growing. It is nuts how much people get away with, right? The messages will have the state seal, Indiana code, and a court date, but there's also words that are misspelled. And in the world of spell check and AI, how is that even possible? So be wary of that. The stories are out there. I just want to make sure you're advising yours on how to properly handle that. We have got the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, coming up with updates on what's going on with Iran. And, of course, this statement from President Trump yesterday, putting out on Truth Social, that based on conversations with the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the request to hold off on destructive force being sent to Iran, subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran's agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, the president said, quote, I agreed to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire, saying that we have achieved our military objectives and we are now working on a long-term process for peace with Iran. But Iran wants to keep enriching uranium, so, well, that's a non-starter. There is no situation where Iran keeps uranium and you have a peace deal. Just none. Also, I don't buy into any of this whatsoever. I'll believe it when I see it. Trust the Iranian regime? Well, no, these people are less radicalized. I get that he says things. I just don't believe it. Now, years ago, in Trump's first term, I wrote at WIBC.com a missive about deeds, not words, which is, I know what the man says. I take a look at what he does, because that's the way to understand him. Selena Zito is credited with saying, take Trump seriously, not literally. And I think that is a very nice turn of phrase there. Is he trying to get something done? I believe he is. Is he a fool? I don't believe that. But I would remind anybody who believes that peace with Iran, or that Iran can be trusted in a peace deal, they've never shown that. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
North side, another vehicle fire. This one on westbound 465 exiting to northbound 31. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland, online at drexelin.com. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Look around. Spring is here. And no matter what you're planning or planting, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Spring forward in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle and buy with 0 down. Yes, 0 down delivers. Choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. Shop over 2,000 vehicles online at drivehubler.com or any of Hubler's 13 locations. Every Hubler Q certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and a free Carfax history report. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. 0 down delivers. So spring forward with Hubler. Hubler's got you covered. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Cover me. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hammer and Nigel here. Did your New Year's resolution stall? Now's your second chance. At Low T Center, they're extending their New Year's promos to give you the new start you need. If you've been feeling exhausted and have lost your sex drive, book a free testosterone test at Low T Center. No risks, no commitments, just answers. Want to start testosterone therapy? Don't settle for one-size-fits-all doses from your doctor or pay hundreds out of pocket at a TRT franchise.
At Low T Center, you can get insurance covered TRT customized to your body for maximum effectiveness and safety. Low T Center has served over 500,000 patients since 2009 and continues to lead the industry in TRT. This month, enjoy a free men's T test and discounted peptides while supplies last. Head to lowtcenter.com and sign up for that free T-test today. That's lowtcenter.com.
You still got that 78 Trans Am on the blocks in your yard that you was going to be cruising in just as soon as you fixed that goddamn drop shaft? It's all good. How about that beer fridge that crapped out in 2001, but you held on to it in case you needed a place to hide from Al-Qaeda? It's all good.
No matter what scrap metal you've got, it's all good with Solgood Industries. The best price for your scrap. They buy copper and other metals. They dispose of cars, trucks, and heavy equipment, serving both residential and commercial. It's all good with Solgood. 317-929-1111.
Spring is fast approaching and a great time for a new Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. 0% financing is back. That's right, 0% for 48 months on new Corsair, Nautilus, and Aviator. Plus 0% for 36 months on new Navigator. With these rates, it's absolutely the best time to buy. Be sure to check them all out at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Our family serving yours since 1972.
0% APR for 48 months on 2026 Lincoln Corsair Nautilus and Aviator. 0% APR for 36 months on 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Subject to credit approval. Offers end soon. See dealer for complete offer details.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, you'll find a team of experts on your side, all working closely to give you the guidance and support you need.
Everyone knew what every other doctor was doing. I didn't have to go to 3 different meetings. I didn't have to talk to them individually. You knew right there in the room. They came up with a plan together.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Iran has 13 hours left to make a deal.
93 WIBC.
And after that, they're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants.
What happens next?
Iran state media is calling on all young people
happens here
to form a human chain around the power plants.
Stay in the know.
Indianapolis City County Councilor finding at least 15 bullet holes in his front door of his home.
While you're on the go.
If you're going to the gas pump, it's up a dime from where it was yesterday.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Coming up in 2 minutes on this Wednesday morning, the price of the pump is not getting any better. What analysts expect, what Hoosier political leaders are saying about the war in Iran, and why the head coach of the Indiana Pacers will be away for a couple of games after Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
The United States will work closely with Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A very different Trump message on Truth Social this morning than 24 hours ago when the president threatened to wipe out a civilization. He put a plan on hold to bomb all of Iran's power plants and bridges just before the deadline last night, agreeing to a 2-week ceasefire. Vice President Vance said this morning from Hungary,
if the Iranians are willing in good faith to work with us, I think we can make an agreement.
Now, the Trump Post insists Iran will not enrich uranium, and the U.S., with Iran's help, will dig up and remove all the nuclear dust Iran still has at facilities already bombed. And in another Trump Post right afterward, the president warned any country that supplies Iran with military weapons will get a 50% tariff on any goods sold in the U.S.
Reports indicate at least 2 vessels have now passed through the Strait of Hormuz, the first 2 ships to make this journey since the ceasefire was announced.
That's Iran reopening that strait to oil and other shipping was a big Trump demand, though Iran's 10-point proposal that led to the ceasefire calls for the strait to be controlled by Iran, where they're celebrating.
Pro-regime demonstrators gathered in the streets chanting about victory and also chanting death to America and death to Israel. They were even burning U.S. flags.
Fox's Trey Yingst also reports from Tel Aviv.
Now, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu overnight posted this on X, saying, quote, Israel also supports the U.S. effort to ensure that Iran no longer poses a nuclear, missile, and terror threat to America, Israel, Iran's Arab neighbors, and the world. The 2-week ceasefire does not include Lebanon.
There is a big financial reaction to the ceasefire. Oil prices are plunging 16% as stock futures surge on Wall Street. A Trump-backed Republican won a special runoff election in Georgia, keeping a House seat red. Clay Fuller will replace Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, but a liberal won a Supreme Court seat in Wisconsin. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
You probably took one look at the gas prices and just shook your head. Clear radar, crisp, clear morning in downtown Indianapolis, 34. We're going up to 67. Good morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Gas prices continue to rise, and Jarrett Lewis is checking out today's average and how it compares to last month.
I'm at a gas station along Delaware Street in downtown Indianapolis, where gas is $4.09 a gallon. It's gone up about 9 cents in just one day. According to AAA, the average price for regular unleaded in Indiana is $4.14 a gallon. The nationwide average, 2 cents more at $4.16. We've seen at most Indiana pumps gas prices around that $4 mark for March and now into April. Hoosiers are still waiting to get some relief.
And Jarrett Lewis checking out the gas prices. Now, you may have heard about a conditional ceasefire in the region of Iran. It remains in place as long as Iran agrees to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Senator Todd Young said that food prices could be next affected by possible war.
We can release and encourage our allies to release their strategic petroleum reserves. We set aside these reserves for times of conflict and strife. We're certainly in the midst of that right now. That'll provide some relief.
Oil prices fell and stocks rose as Asian markets opened Wednesday after the 11th hour agreement to reopen the strait. A teenager was shot last night in Martinsville.
Police say the shooting happened around 5:30 p.m. Medics found the teen shot and transported him to an Indianapolis area hospital where he is being treated.
Which TV's Katz Sandoval?
Martinsville police gives this warning to parents.
We just encourage them to know where their kids are, know where they are, know what they're doing, who their friends are, and who they're hanging out with is a really huge thing.
And no arrests have been made. A psychotic break is what the cops say a Bloomington woman experienced before they arrested her Monday.
The Bloomington Police Department says the boyfriend of Heather Engel told them that she had chased him out of the house with knives on more than one occasion, while also beating him and kicking him repeatedly in previous incidents.
WIBC's John Herrick.
They used a drone to try and figure out where she was in the home, but she grabbed the drone and threw it against a wall.
And she was eventually locked up, and fortunately, nobody was hurt. The Indiana Pacers lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves last night, 124-104.
Look, we had a bad start. The first and third were bad, and the second and fourth we played better, obviously.
Head coach Rick Carlisle.
First of all, I'm not going to be with the team the next two games. Abby has an event down at school, and so Herb and Kevin cleared me to do that.
And he said Lloyd Pierce will take over as head coach. Indiana still holds the second worst record in the league as they head to play the Brooklyn Nets on Thursday. The NFL draft is about 2 weeks away, and the projected top pick, former IU quarterback Fernando Mendoza, will skip the event as he plans to stay with his family in Miami and watch it all unfold. He's expected to be taken by the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the fives. What are you watching this morning, Matt Bear?
Right now it's westbound 465 exiting to northbound 31. A truck fire. The fire is out. It's on the right side of the exit ramp, so traffic is getting by with a slowdown back to Westfield Boulevard. Eastbound 465 slows Michigan Road, then the closer to Meridian you get a little bit of rubbernecking, so we start to grind as we approach that Meridian Street exit on eastbound. South side northbound 65 stop and go Southport Road to 465, a 5-minute delay. Northbound 65 slow again from South Keystone Avenue up to Washington Street, and that's a delay of 9 minutes. Eastbound 70 tied into the south split from West Street and a crash on the southwest side. This is Kentucky Avenue at Thompson Road. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Need an appliance fast? Shop Grand Appliance for next day delivery and the lowest prices on top brands like Cafe, GE, and more. Learn more at grandappliance.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We'll get to a high of 68 degrees today. Right now, 36 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:06. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. The briefing from the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dan Kaine, happening right now. Of course, it was President Trump announcing that there would be a 2-week ceasefire, a double-sided ceasefire, his words, with Iran at the behest of Pakistan. This would also be contingent on the safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, an alleged 10-point proposal from Iran. Like they get to set the agenda. But will this last? Will this hold? This is happening now. Secretary Hegseth, General Kaine at the Pentagon.
Iran has been a threat to the United States and the free world for 47 years. Chance of death to America, targeting our people, killing Americans, lying and blackmailing their way toward a nuclear weapon, so they thought. No longer. Not on our watch. Other presidents marked time and kicked the can down the road. President Trump made history. From the strike that took out Qasem Soleimani, to tearing up the disastrous Obama-Iran deal, to the precision campaign that obliterated Iran's nuclear sites in Operation Midnight Hammer, to the decisive military victory we just achieved in Operation Epic Fury. No other president has shown the courage and resolve of this commander-in-chief. President Trump forged this moment. Iran begged for this ceasefire, and we all know it. As the President truth this morning, a big day for world peace. Iran wants it to happen. They've had enough. Operation Epic Fury was a historic and overwhelming victory on the battlefield. A capital V military victory. By any measure, Epic Fury decimated Iran's military and rendered it combat ineffective for years to come. You see, in less than 40 days, one of our combatant commands, Central Command, CENTCOM, using less than 10% of America's total combat power, dismantled one of the world's largest militaries. The world's leading state sponsor of terrorism proved utterly incapable of defending itself, its people, or its territory. We untied just a fraction of our strength, and Iran suffered a devastating military defeat. Together with our Israeli partners, America's military achieved every single objective, on plan, on schedule, exactly as laid out from day one. Iran's Navy is at the bottom of the sea, whether it's the Soleimani class, their frigate class, their prized drone aircraft carriers, submarines, mine layers, sunk. Iran's Air Force has been wiped out. Iran no longer has an air defense, any sort of a comprehensive air defense system. We own their skies. Their missile program is functionally destroyed. Launchers, production facilities, and existing stockpiles depleted and decimated. And almost completely ineffective. Iran shot hundreds and hundreds of missiles and one-way attack drones at our aircraft carrier. They were obsessed with it, and they never got even close. Every single one of those shots easily shot down miles and miles away from the Abe Lincoln. They were blowing ammo into Fantasyland. Contrast that with, most significantly, in last night's wave of more than 800 strikes, we finished completely destroying Iran's defense industrial base, a core pillar of our mission objective. What little they have left buried in bunkers is all they will have. They can still shoot, we know that. Their command and control is so decimated they can't really talk and coordinate, so they still may shoot here and there, but that would be very, very unwise. But they can no longer build missiles, build rockets, build launchers, or build UAVs. Their factories have been razed to the ground.
Now, if you need a bit of a description or really deciphering of what's happening here, this is part of the propaganda war. Iran wants to act like they're still in charge. We want the world to know that it didn't even take any work. It took no work to destroy this vaunted military. That's what's happening right here. It is weird to listen to self-proclaimed Americans say, oh, we lost this. That's crazed. It is a different question to ask whether or not we're going to complete this, which I don't know if the president's going to do. If there's anything from the president's statement that you should learn is true, is that we have always been correct about the rules of Trumpism. The first rule of Trumpism is Trump wins. The second rule of Trumpism is that a deal can always be made as long as it adheres to the first rule of Trumpism. Well, some deal about keeping the Strait of Hormuz open and free and clear and all that, well, that's the win. No, we met our military objectives. That's the win. We didn't take out the regime completely. Well, we already won. Said that this was going to be the case. Yes, there is absolutely a propaganda war at play. There's also, when dealing with Pete Hegseth, when dealing with President Trump, the head fake. Why would I somehow believe with all of the deception that has gone on, there still isn't some going on. We're seeing it in real time. So I hold out that we are not done here. It's not that I hold out hope. I wish the regime would go away. I'm saying they won't. I'm saying you're not going to be done until you get rid of the regime. President might see it differently. And all of this could be head fake. I'll have more from Pete Hegseth and General Kaine coming up in a little bit. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Mortgage rates have dropped, expected to move lower, and home sales momentum is building as we move into spring. So now is the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Mark Dietel, the proven expert to sell your home. Maybe what you're looking to do is maximize price, right? You want to get the most for your home. Mark will bring your home to market with unmatched exposure. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert. Trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date. No long-term contracts. You cancel anytime you want. Heath in Indianapolis said, we were preparing for our new build and needed our home sold at a specific time. Mark Dietel's team listed it strategically and sold it in just 4 days for full price. Their expertise made our move smooth and stress-free. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, Dietel, markdietel.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Code Red. The left, the right, China, and the race to control AI.
What needs to be controlled? Most people, maybe they've downloaded ChatGPT, because I make AI videos of like Nigel making out with Whoopi Goldberg, and we put that on our social media. I don't think there's a race for China to try to outdo us in that category.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Traffic on the fives, and Matt Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, Tony, crash on the east side, northbound 465 after Penn Pike. It blocks the center lane and causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. North side, the fire is out. Cleanup continues westbound 465, exiting 231. There was a truck fire fully engulfed, but the fire is out. Crews on scene. We're backed up to Keystone Avenue right now for a delay of 9 minutes. Also, eastbound 465, some rubbernecking going on as we're stopping and go before Michigan Road over 231 Meridian. Inbound 65 drags a little bit. MLK 221st, eastbound 70, stop and go Harding Street into the south split. South side is just happening. We have a stall now. Stall reported northbound 65 before 465, left lane blocked and traffic stop and go back to Southport Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel and River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5 at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. 36 degrees. The time is 8:16.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text RULE to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text RULE to 215215. That's RULE to 215215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
So as Secretary Hegseth and General Kaine brief on the latest out of Iran. We have got missiles falling on Tel Aviv. You have drone attacks against Kuwait. They're saying they have intercepted drones, some targeting oil facilities. If Iran's goal is to get everybody to say, you know what, forget this. Let's end this. They're doing a great job of it. Our patience is remarkable. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. But let's take it to General Kaine now as he started his portion of the press conference from the Pentagon. The latest on this ceasefire, as we were told about it from President Trump yesterday on Truth Social, and what will happen going forward.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. I want to start this morning by honoring the 13 members of our American Joint Force who were killed in action thus far during this operation. Their sacrifice and that of their families is deeply important to us, and we are grateful for each of them and will continue to mourn their loss. Their names and their bravery will never be forgotten. On February 28th, the President of the United States ordered the Joint Force to execute Operation Epic Fury with the direction to accomplish three distinct military objectives: destroy Iran's ballistic missile and drone capabilities, destroy the Iranian Navy, and destroy their defense industrial base to ensure that Iran cannot reconstitute the ability to project power outside their borders. Over the course of 38 days of major combat operation, the Joint Force achieved the military objectives as defined by the President. We welcome the ongoing ceasefire, and as the Secretary said, we hope that Iran chooses a lasting peace. But as Secretary Hegseth said, let us be clear, a ceasefire is a pause, and the Joint Force remains ready, if ordered or called upon, to resume combat operations with the same speed and precision as we've demonstrated over the last 38 days, and we hope that that is not the case. I want to congratulate and thank the leadership today at U.S. Central Command, including the Commander Admiral Brad Cooper, the Deputy Commander Lieutenant General Kevin Leahy, the Senior Enlisted Leader Fleet Master Chief Compton, and every one of the component commanders, senior enlisted leaders, and especially the staff down at U.S. Central Command, who does not get called out for any of the credit, but grinds 24/7 to help offer the options that we bring to the Secretary and the President. I also want to highlight the forces in the United States European Command under the command of Alexis Grinkowicz, who protected the western flank in support of CENTCOM. And I want to thank our partners across the intelligence community. Our ability to see and understand what an adversary is doing help us to be as decisive as we must be on the battlefield. And that includes DIA, NSA, NGA, the CIA, and the National Reconnaissance Office, and others. I want to thank the other combatant commands who have thus far contributed along the way to U.S. Central Command. This includes Transcom, Stratcom, Spacecom, SOCOM, and Cybercom, all of whom poured all in support of CENTCOM's efforts. And I want to thank, as the Secretary did, our Gulf partners who fought alongside each and every one of us every day. From the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, and Jordan, all who joined us together to defend and protect our people and our assets.
Now, this is going to be another part that we should be watching. A rethink, a reset of what the Middle East looks like and how these nations act with us and act with each other. How does that grow and flow? Because part of any deal, and no one has gotten into this, involves Iran no longer being a threat to the hegemonic possibilities, meaning they're not the power in the Middle East. In order for any deal to work, they have to be diminished in that capacity. It's going to be between Saudi Arabia and Turkey. That's where the rational argument would go. In order for anyone, any of these nations just mentioned, to be okay with next steps, Iran cannot be able to saber rattle Otherwise, why would they be down with any of this? Something that we have to look at, part of these negotiations. Because if you're the United States, you want this region not being disrupted by Iran so we can stop thinking about this region. It's better for us.
And who, if required, stand ready to do so again. And I want to thank my team at the Joint Staff who work literally around the clock in order to help me offer the options that I must with the associated risks to the Secretary and to the President. They are the hardest working people that I know, and I am deeply grateful for their service. Most importantly today, I want to thank America's members of the Joint Force who've poured everything that they can into Operation Epic Fury, and their families who've worked 24 hours a day for 38 days. The Secretary and I could not be more proud of each and every one of you. And we deeply appreciate the support of the American people, who we know always have us in our thoughts and prayers.
Well, that's true of a fair amount of Americans, sir. That is not true of everybody. And the American left made that quite clear, that not having the military in their thoughts was pretty much the story. Now, you could say to me, no, they never wanted this military to go to war anyway. There were people rooting for us to lose. They hate Trump so much, they want to lose. That's the story. But I want to make sure we're all on the same page on the baseline here. This ceasefire is all fluff. Do I want to be wrong? Oh, let me be wrong. I can absolutely be wrong. But no rational person looks at this and says, well, it's over. No. Trust the guy? Meaning trust Trump to get it done? I trust him to utilize his methodology, to utilize keeping everybody off kilter. Absolutely. And I trust that that will continue. Trust the Iranians? Not a chance. Trust the regime? Not a chance. Believe that this is going to hold? I'm here to tell you, not a chance. That said, I'm okay if I'm wrong. I really am. But we'll discuss where the real pitfalls of this are. And it's not wishing for it to fail. It's just the odds are that it'll fail. That's what we're up against. And I will break that down on Tony Katz today at noon. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Looking at the south side, it's a stall on northbound 65 approaching 465. The left lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go back to Southport Road. It's a 6-minute delay. Northbound 65 stop and go again after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. Eastbound 70 stop and go from Harding into the south split. It's a 4-minute delay. East side crash. Northbound 465 after Penn Pike. Right shoulder blocked. Traffic stop and go back to I-70. North side vehicle fire westbound 465 going to northbound 31. It's on the right side of the ramp, and the fire is out. Traffic backed up to Westfield Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. What happened with Trump last night? Tony Kennett, he'll join us. Let's have some laughs starting at 3.
You see the rains that have come through last month, this month, and it's April. We're not done with them. The strong winds, the heavy rain, it can expose hidden damage on your roof. It can bring roof leaks, and the longer you wait, the worse it gets. The water can seep into your attic and your walls, your insulation. You've got mold and rot, structural damage. The good news is Moss Roofing is there with a free inspection. So whether it's a small leak or a bigger roofing concern, the expert team at Moss Roofing can assess the damage and provide reliable, cost-effective solutions. With over 35 years of experience, they know how to protect your home from the unpredictable spring weather. You do not have to wait, and you should not wait for a minor drip to turn into a major repair. So for roofing services, trust Moss Roofing to keep you dry this spring and summer and fall and winter, every season of the year. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
This is Sammy Terry. There are two things guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Death can be painful, but paying your taxes doesn't have to be, with a little extra cash in your pocket from Indiana Unclaimed. Yes, George, you're right. George the Spider reminds us that Indiana Unclaimed returns over $1 million every single week, and there are hundreds of millions of dollars just waiting to be claimed by the rightful owner. Text Sammy to 46220 to find out if you or your loved ones have unclaimed funds. Claim yours today. Text Sammy to 46220 now.
Paid for by the Office of the Indiana Attorney General.
The most extraordinary thing a woman can do is let herself be human. We try to do it all, sure, but what if we're just not feeling it? Like when the fatigue hits, but you gotta bring snacks to the soccer game? Or when the laundry's piling up, but that hot flash says, too bad. We get it. Franciscan Health has care for extraordinary women who can do it all, but don't have to. Visit franciscanhealth.org/OBGYN today.
Your home is more than where you live. It's your biggest investment. And at B-Window, we help protect it. Upgrade to high-performance windows and doors designed to increase your home's value while dramatically reducing energy costs year after year. With 0% financing for up to 2 years, upgrading your home can be completely worry-free. Plus, for a limited time, buy any product, get the second at 50% off. Schedule your free in-home consultation at bwindow.com. Trust local, trust your home to be.
Trust me. Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Total devastation, and it's still not over. Cloudy sky, but a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis this morning. 35 degrees. We're going up to 68. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kaine, gave this update on the war in Iran minutes ago.
Since the beginning of major combat operations, the United States Joint Force has struck more than 13,000 targets, including in that 13,000, more than 4,000 dynamic targets that popped up on the battlefield and were immediately addressed.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth added,
"No other president has shown the courage and resolve of this commander-in-chief. President Trump forged this moment. Iran begged for this ceasefire, and we all know it."
But that's not what Iran says. Their leaders say that the United States has recognized that Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz and it has a right to enrich uranium. Pain at the pump. Jarrett Lewis is out and about taking a look at the gas prices.
Gas prices continue going up in the Hoosier State. Overnight, we saw a 9-cent jump from an average of $4.05 a gallon Tuesday to $4.14 now. AAA has the national average for regular unleaded at $4.16 a gallon. If you're heading to the pump in downtown Indy today, you might be able to find some stations closer to the $4 mark. Reporting from downtown Indianapolis, Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And with gas prices come food prices, which may be next to rise. The search continues for an American woman who went missing in the Bahamas over the weekend. Lynette Hooker was out on a boat Saturday night with her husband, Brian, when he says his wife fell off the boat and was swept out to sea.
There's also been history of domestic violence in that relationship, so I do believe something might have happened to her.
That's Carly Aylesworth, the daughter of Lynette Hooker, who adds that Brian's behavior shifts when he drinks alcohol. She spoke with Fox News. A teenage boy shot in the stomach last night in Martinsville, and Martinsville police say that they want parents to be cautious.
We just encourage them to know where their kids are, know where they are, know what they're doing, who their friends are, and who they're hanging out with is a really huge thing.
Martinsville police officer Aubrey Rachel's police haven't shared many details about the shooting other than to say they've spoke with several teenagers. Indiana State Prison in Michigan says an inmate was sent to the hospital yesterday after burns covered 70% of his body. There was a fire in his cell. They haven't shared how the fire started. And NASA is preparing for the return of 4 astronauts aboard Artemis 2. The crew made history by flying deeper into space than any humans before and becoming the first to see the entire dark side of the moon. The Orion spacecraft is due to splash down in the Pacific Ocean near San Diego on Friday evening. And sports on WIBC at 8:34. The NFL draft is a couple of weeks away, and the projected top pick, former IU quarterback and national title winner Fernando Mendoza, will skip the event. He's going to watch it with his family in Miami. The Las Vegas Raiders are expected to take Mendoza with the first pick overall. One of Mendoza's former teammates, wide receiver Elijah Surratt, spent Tuesday with the Indianapolis Colts during their local pro day. He talked about what it would mean to play for the Colts.
That would be a special spot, man. Being in Indiana these past 2 years, just knowing the fan base, knowing the support that they have for me and everyone around, it would be great. And the Colts are a great organization, great team, and they have a bright future ahead.
Speaking with Wish TV, Cooper says that he didn't take part in the drills, but he did spend the day talking to former Colts wide receiver Reggie Wayne. The Indiana Pacers lost again, falling to the Minnesota Timberwolves 124-104. They had the second worst record in the NBA. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's shaking, Matt Bear?
Looking at the north side, Ryan, westbound 465 to northbound 31. Vehicle fire on the exit ramp. The fire is out. Traffic stop and go back to Westfield Boulevard. On the east side, crash northbound 465 after Penn Pike. Right shoulder is blocked. Traffic slow back to Washington. And now we have a crash going westbound 70 coming out of the south split at Meridian Street. The left lane is blocked. Traffic slow into the south split. South side, a stall on northbound 65 approaching 465. Left lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go back to Southport Road for a 5-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Turn your tax refund into new floors at Drexel Interiors. Luxury vinyl and carpet on sale now. Visit them in Carmel on River Road or on North Shadeland. Online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 36 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36. It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. This is not a typo. Dow futures are up 1,192. NASDAQ futures are up 813. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You see what opening the Strait of Hormuz could do for somebody? West Texas crude, which was at $115 a barrel yesterday. West Texas crude was higher than Brent's crude. West Texas crude is at $94.35, just a touch higher than the Brent crude coming out of the oceans at $94.02 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury is down a bit to 4.236. Gold is at 4,700, 47.91. It has hit 48 today. 48.55 was the high. The silver at $77.09, which for silver is outrageously high. And Bitcoin, if we take a look at it, was this? Hold on, wait. I'll tell you. Yesterday was at 68,000, and then it got announced, oh, wait, we're going to have this deal, then 71,000. 71,761 is where the crypto is right now. Markets reacting is what markets do. Are they going to react negatively when 2 days from now we're back to strikes because it is very obvious that Iran is not serious about any level of a peace deal? But there are weird responses going on in the world. And one of these is from a David Ignatius. You may have heard the name before. Washington Post writes about foreign affairs. And Ignatius is there on cable news saying, I think this does add new questions about American leadership. I think European and Asian countries will come away, believe that what we hope will be some kind of patched together settlement, but less confident that America has a clear strategic direction. It will mean that the Arab Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain, will be under what will be more or less permanent potential threat in the coming years from Iran, contrary to President Trump's claims that there's been a kind of regime change because there's a new cast of characters in Tehran. I look at this as regime reinforcement. Now, first, I remind people that the desire of the left and of the media apparatchik is, how do we spin everything as Trump losing? It has to be spun as Trump losing, Trump failing everything. Our job is to go over it honestly. I don't have any faith in a ceasefire. I think we're all kidding ourselves, and I'm willing to be proven wrong. But in this conversation, Ignatius is asking a question about whether or not European nations will trust us. The fundamental flaw in their argument, as I see it, is that they are still basing our positioning on a theory that Europe's view matters. Remember, Europe's view didn't matter. Our protection of Europe post-World War II was because of a growing Russian threat that we did not handle properly. And, well, the entirety of Europe had just been devastated by war. We were not going to gain anything by having the Russians try and take these places, take these people. We also may have seen some different opportunities in there, which we could agree and disagree about, and we could say that was wrong and that was wrong and that was right, etc. Part of what has changed is that Europe has taken advantage of their ability to be safe because of our defenses, while then chastising us for how we do things, not putting in the cost. This brings us to the whole conversation of NATO and paying the 2% of GDP towards NATO. Now it's 5%. Why aren't you paying in? And just what are you doing? You treat us like garbage. You hurt us and you take advantage of us while we protect you. This isn't right. That is a big part of the Trump thesis. Now you take a look at this conflict with Iran. France doesn't allow us to fly over. Spain has simply said, we're not interested in your friendship anymore. So I have to ask, what exactly is our concern about whether or not the Europeans trust us? They're going to go trust the Chinese? Well, that's a bet some people might be very willing to take. You're going to trust them. What is this argument? How are the Europeans ever going to trust us? I don't need their trust. I need them to recognize who's in charge. And that is a real fundamental difference between the political right and the political left, between strength and not. We're not equal, and we keep proving it. So why in the world do we have to act like it? Like I have to care what France thinks about anything? Do I have to care what the UK thinks when they're not even willing to deal with the threat inside their borders? When I have a king who will give a message for Ramadan, but not Easter, do I have to worry about whether or not they are with us? They're against themselves. And maybe there is a shift happening about the nations that go into the next phase, all predicated on the idea that America leads, not follows, that America is not an equal. And this is infuriating to the political left, because how dare we say that we are in charge? And the answer is the world without us in charge is a very, very ugly world indeed. Marco Rubio said, we will not be the caretakers of our slow descent. I'm paraphrasing there, but it's a great line, and he's right. I am not saying that all of Europe should be abandoned. I have argued on this show for years now that we need to rethink with whom in Europe we have our real allyship, kinship with. Is it still France and Germany and the UK? Or is it Poland? And yeah, I can accept being wary about Hungary, but still, I didn't say everybody was perfect. What you are seeing is not only the constant hatred of Donald Trump, which is ever constant, but rather a real resistance to a rethink that we have to ask ourselves is valuable. And we might come to the answer of no. But do I care if the Europeans trust us? If you don't trust us, I don't have to pay for your safety anymore, do I? Asking for a nation maybe tired of writing checks. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
As America celebrates 250 years, WIBC takes you inside the moments that built a nation.
The Spirit of 76. A 1-minute look at this day in the Revolution. The battles, debates, and turning points that transformed a collection of colonies into these United States.
Weekday mornings at 7:35 and 11:35, and afternoons at 3:35 and 6:35, or anytime on demand at WIBC.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic on the 5s. Matthew, Horatio, Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, Tony, downtown crash eastbound 70 at Meridian Street, blocking the left lane. Stop and go traffic past west. South side crash northbound 65 approaching 465. The left lane is blocked and traffic stop and go back to Southport Road, a 5-minute delay. On the northeast side crash northbound 465 after Penn Pike, the right shoulder closed and traffic slow back to I-70. North side eastbound 465 stop and go after 865 over to Meridian Street. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves, what do we have ourselves? 36 degrees. Sounds great. 36 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
It is a big day for world peace.
93 WIBC.
More Iranian attacks last night. Missiles were fired with cluster bombs.
What happens next?
New 10-point peace plan by Iran, a workable basis on which to negotiate.
Happens here.
The ceasefire has oil prices plunging 16%.
Stay in the know.
Indiana's gas average up 15 cents from yesterday.
You're on the go.
A teenage boy was shot in the stomach last night.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Relive a classic on the big screen. Stand By Me, the film and its stars 40 years later comes to Old National Center on Saturday, June 13th. See the movie and hear from Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and Will Wheaton live on stage. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
I know this. I know this. Oh, come on. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here's how we play our game. First of all, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Producer Carl has selected a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I'm allowed to get help from the chat room. All right, we're live streaming, youtube.com/WIBC. Greatest chat room in the history of mankind and everyone in it. Sexy as a mother. And then I, of course, can phone a friend. This is so on the tip of my tongue. This is annoying. You know what? I'll start by phoning a friend. Let's do that right now, there, producer Carl. Matt Bear. Let's start from the beginning. Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
That's Friends, Tony.
That is not Friends.
It sounds kind of like it, doesn't it?
Right. Let me see if I can get this. People do text me. Am I allowed to get help from sales?
Yes.
Okay, because the help I want from the sales department at WIBC is more sponsors, please. But I got the chat room is of no help today. According to Joe in the glorious sales department of WIBC, this is the theme to Party of Five. I also got help from Facebook. No, I would not have gotten that. I don't think I watched Party of Five. Matthew Fox, Nev Campbell, and then Lacey Chabert, who grew up to be Lacey Chabert.
Hey now.
Yeah. Who was the original voice of Meg on Family Guy, and then said, "I don't want to do this." Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it there. Just gonna leave it right there. Yes. Left Family Guy. It's not as much of a career ender as Shelley Long leaving Cheers or David Caruso leaving what was that? Was that Hill Street Blues that he left? No, what was the one with Dennis Franz? NYPD Blue.
Or Suzanne Summers.
Now wait a second. Suzanne Summers did not leave Three's Company. Suzanne Summers asked for real money. She's like, I am the star of this show. I am the reason people tune in, and I want to get compensated. And the network looked at her and said, "Huh."
She shouldn't have let her husband do the negotiating, though.
Now that's true, right? So Suzanne Summers let her husband do the negotiation. While they had a glorious marriage from all accounts, not necessarily a pro at this. And what they did instead was they wrote her mostly out of the show. and they decided that she was visiting parents or visiting a friend or whatever it was, and they wouldn't even let her on set. So Suzanne Summers ended up being off-set somewhere, filming her scenes from a poorly constructed, what looked like a bedroom, like she was on the phone with Jack or Janet for like 4 lines or 5 lines to satisfy her current or existing contractual obligations, and then let her go. So that's Suzanne Summers. She negotiated and it didn't work, which is, by the way, the downside of a negotiation. People do not accept this, and I don't know why. You are in charge of your own negotiation. You're in charge of what you'll accept and not accept in any deal. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the other party is not interested. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes you're too much. It's the way it is. You got to accept that that's possible. But David Caruso and Shelley Long saying, we're going to be stars. I'm telling you right now, I land a television show. I'm going to stay on that show for as long as that show goes on. After it jumps the shark, I'm going to be there for the remake. I'm going to be there for the podcast about the show. I'm going to do all those fan fests and sign every autograph. You better believe it. You better believe it. Now, I'm telling you right now, and everybody knows this is true. If I could host a game show, I would leave radio altogether and just do that. Host game show. Now, if we could do a game show just here in Indiana, I would still do radio and I would do the game show. Maybe I would just do mornings and do the game show. That would be sensational. But game shows are not cheap. But if I could figure out the right game show, I would do it. Hoosiers deserve a game show. And there used to be some game shows here.
How about
they're
Tony
not
Gets
easy.
You Some?
What was that?
Tony Gets You Some, the new love connection.
Ah, yes. Yes. There's always that. I would absolutely do a Love Connection type show. We're all in for making this happen. We're all in. We can produce this for sure. But anyway, that's the story of negotiations. That's but Lacey Chabert being like, hey, this isn't for me. She's had a career and everything else, and good on her. That's one thing. Right? The show was in season 1. She didn't know it was going to last 24 seasons, whatever it's been. It's been on the air for 9,000 years. Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. We will cover more of what's going on with the so-called peace deal on Tony Katz today. We will get your thoughts, break that more down. I will catch you then. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Downtown crash.